Hi guys, Erin here for a book review video. Today I'm going to be discussing the first book in the Hunger Games series by Suzanne Collins. A little backstory first, before I get to the spoilers. When the books came out, it was like 2007, 2008, and I was in middle school, and at that time I wasn't really into reading books that other people were reading. I was always reading different books that nobody ever heard of. So it took my best friend at the time a really long time to get me into reading the books. But after I read The Hunger Games for the first time a couple weeks ago, actually, I just decided to make a YouTube video about it and talk about it. So if my best friend at this time is watching this, I finally read the books. So there we go. You have won this little game. Anyway, I have the second and third book here because my mom has the first book. She's reading the books now, so anyway, let's get started. Anyway, there are spoilers, so in case you don't want any spoilers, not that, there's anything to be spoiled, really, since everybody knows the Hunger Games anyway, click off the video now if you don't want spoilers, but until then, do your thing. So, my favorite characters, besides Katniss, are Gale and Rue. Gale has been a favorite character since I began reading the books, and the actor who portrayed him in the movies, Liam Hemsworth, he's gorgeous, so I've just been imagining him as Gale this entire time. Even when the books first came out, my best friend and I were talking, and she's like, wouldn't it be cool if Liam Hemsworth was in the movie playing Gale, because he's so attractive, and so we were just obsessing over that for a little while, and it was actually really funny, because then Liam Hemsworth plays Gale. What's his last name? I forget already. But anyway, that was really cool, so my best friend was fangirling over that for a little while. Also, Rue, she's just a really sweet character, and I loved her little debut in Caesar's interview when she said that no one could catch her because she's really fast. So that part just stole my heart, because Rue is like the little person that you really, not a dwarf, but she's just somebody who's so innocent that you want to protect to begin with. So it was really hard when her character died, because I'm like, no! I know what's gonna happen, but no! It was so devastating. And I'm smiling, I don't know why, but the scene wasn't, it was a real tearjerker for me, so I'm like, no, oh my gosh, this is worse than in the movie. So, actually talking about my least favorite characters now are Peeta Mellark and Cato. Peeta, to me, he seems a bit cowardly, but I'll give him points for crushing on Katniss. Being friendly with her in the tributes training, and among other things, I'm not really a fan of Peeta, to be perfectly honest, so those of you who ship Peeta and Katniss, don't hate me for this, okay? I also hate Cato because he's the murderous psychopath, and I sometimes like the bad guys, maybe 90% of the time, but this is that other 10%, because I do not like Cato. I hate him. And I was actually really happy when Katniss killed him, because she was, mercy killing him since he was still alive and suffering, and so I just give Katniss points for that, too. So, my favorite scenes, I have 4 favorite scenes in the books. When Katniss ate with her hands to disgust Effie in, wait, I have notes here. When Katniss ate with her hands to disgust Effie Trinket on the bullet train, or whatever you call it, for the Capitol. Also, when Katniss wore her dress of fire on the chariot in Panem's capital, that scene was really cool, except I didn't like the part where she kissed Peeta on the cheek, because it's just like, yay, hooray, I'm on fire, oh, I'm so happy, I'm gonna kiss you on the cheek, and it's just that's not what I was expecting, especially in the movie. I was like, okay, this did not happen in the movie. I also liked when Katniss revealed her fire dress during her interview with Caesar, and that prompted me wanting a fire dress of my own. But all I need to do is, burn my sleeves, and then I'm on fire. So anyway, not that I would actually do that, because that's just, too reckless for me. I also liked when Katniss and Peeta were talking about the first time Peeta had a crush on Katniss, and when Peeta's father told him as a boy that he was once in love with Katniss's mother before she married a coal miner. So there was, that wasn't in the movie, so I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's actually really cool. And for those of you who may have guessed, yes, I did watch the movies before I read the books, so that was just interesting all around there. My least favorite scenes, I have 3 least favorite scenes. Rue's death, which was a very tearful scene. When Katniss realized that the mutations were really the murdered tributes. And I think that's just really disgusting. I mean, it's gross in one way, but it's also, like, really sick in another way, which is also sort of the same thing. Because, like, the Capitol, they took the tributes, genetically altered them to be dogs, and that is just, like, not okay. So that scene just was, like, really freaky, and then when I told my mom about it, she's like, okay, now I really have to read the books. So she's reading the books, and she's at the point where the mutations are found out, and so she's just like, oh my god, this is so sick! So I just have to hear my mom talking about that for a while, but I have no problem with that, because I love books. As you can see, books here, books there, and books here. Anyway, I also hated the scene where Peeta revealed to Katniss that his leg was amputated and replaced with a metal leg. So, in the movies, that did not happen. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, this book is a lot darker than the movie, so what's gonna happen next in Catching Fire and Mockingjay? What's gonna happen? I literally have no idea what's gonna happen because the books are so different from the movies, in my personal opinion. My rating and opinions, I would give the book 3 out of 5 stars. Not my favorite book series at all, because nothing can compare to the Court of Thorns and Roses series or the Throne of Glass series, both by Sarah J. Maas. And I think that Katniss differs between the book and the movie a little bit too much. In the movies, she's stoic and serious, and then in the books, she smiles during the chariot ride when she's wearing her fire dress, and she even kisses Peeta. So obviously, I think I like her better in the movies than in the books so far. So we'll see what happens in the next review video when I do Catching Fire, and then the third in Mockingjay. So we'll see where that goes, but for now, I'm reading Give the Dark My Love by Beth Revis, I am reading Air of Fire by Sarah J. Maas, and I am reading City of City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare. So after I finish reading those, I will get to these again. So like, subscribe, comment, do your thing, and have a good day, people!